days, and those were the good old days.
Thank you so much for going down memory lane with me. Let me take you back, tell you a real funny story, real crazy story. Back in the day, when I was growing up, my mom and dad, of course, I said in previous vids, divorced and everything like that. Go down memory lane with me. Several videos I explain a little bit about the situation of all that. But anyway, my mom and dad divorced and everything like that. But my dad used to love getting on the CB radio. Used to love talking on the CB radio to you know, to truckers, or he had a few friends that that he would talk to on a daily basis. My dad's handle back then was Slimfoot. He'd go up on sideband up there. Those of you familiar with this CB radio might know what I'm talking about. Those of you not are probably confused. But anyway, he'd go up on the sideband, and he'd talk to guys out of the state. Of course, that was the state of Ohio we're talking. He'd talk to guys Pennsylvania, guys from Chicago, whatnot, or he'd just talk to people, you know, from sometimes different states, and sometimes maybe different countries, just depended on exactly what was going on up there on sideband. But anyway, nonetheless, my nickname, or my handle rather, was Fritos. Dad would call me Fritos. I still to this day don't know why he called me Fritos. I may ask him about that just to see what exactly why I was called Fritos. But as I grew older, I tackled with the CB radio a couple of times, and some of those times were okay, because I changed my nickname to Fritos. I became the White Stallion. Called myself the Blue Dog, and there's a couple of times that I called myself Frank. And those of you familiar with the Jerky Boys, the Jerky Boys are the Johnny Brennan and Kamal. They would call up people and prank call them. I'm sure you've probably seen the Jerky Boys or movie. If you have not, very funny movie. Go ahead and buy it, or listen to some of their things here on YouTube. Bring up a bunch of Jerky Boys. Listen to some of their things. Very tasteless, but very funny. But my brothers, my brother Christopher Gumby, as his nickname is, a lot of his dad, Big Chris, we called him. He had a CB radio, and we lived out on Crocker Avenue, Northwest, there in Massillon, Ohio, right next to Route 21, Highway 21, there in Massillon. And truckers would go up and down, and I'd get in there, and I'd turn on the CB, and you know, I'd talk to guys as a White Stallion and everything like that. Would be really good. And then all of a sudden, I'd be talking as one of the Jerky Boys is, or Johnny Brennan done him, Frank Rizzo, and you're like, hey, how you doing there? That's what's going on out there. Did somebody out there give me directions there? I need to know where I'm going there. Guys would come back, you know, they'd be talking good, and then all of a sudden somebody would just, and then now I'd be clear blue. I'd be like, hey, I tell you what, I'll come over there and I'll split your lips, you son of a bitch. I'll knock you backwards, buddy. I mean, I would just, you know, just basically use the Frank Rizzo lingo that Johnny had used for his Frank Rizzo character. It was like a man. And guys had thought that I was a mob boss. You know, they're like, oh, we got a mob boss on here trying to get things, trying to start up a bunch of trouble here. Blah, 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 this, that, the other. And I'm like, ah, you shut your mouth there, buddy. It's like, I'll come over there and I'll split your lips. So not only will I do that, I said, I'll tie you to a tree. I'll go get a tennis ball machine filled up with boiled potatoes and shoot them up your ass. I mean, just all kinds of stuff like that. You know, things that, like I said, that Johnny had used for the Frank Rizzo character. And it was really funny because I had guys, like I said, thinking I was a mob boss. And I had to turn the radio off because these guys were trying to find out exactly who I was. He was going to come in here, and they were going to beat me down, they said. But anyway, nonetheless, it was a funny time, you know, talking as Frank Rizzo. Yeah, split your lips, or I'll shoot you, or I'll stick my shoe up your ass, or something like that. Just fun, you know. It was just hilarious because guys thought I was really a mob boss. Funny time, nonetheless. Thank you so much for going down memory lane with me. I'll catch you next time.